They have to open up the Strait of Hormuz. Excuse me for this. I'm so sorry. Such a terrible mistake.
Day 28, Friday, March 27th, 2026, Faena Hotel, Miami Beach, Florida. As United States and Israeli warplanes continued to strike targets across Iran, President Trump flew to Miami. He had been invited to speak at the Future Investment Initiative, a Saudi-backed conference that last year drew a $600 billion investment pledge. This year, the backdrop was different. Gulf states were under fire. Energy markets were in chaos. The Strait of Hormuz was still closed. Trump walked on stage. He looked out at the crowd of 1,000 investors, Saudi officials, fund managers, CEOs, and said, "For 47 years, Iran has been known as the bully of the Middle East." He paused. But they're not the bully any longer, and they're on the run. He said Iran was 100% finished, that they are begging to make a deal. And then, the moment everyone would clip, he talked about the Strait of Hormuz. They have to open it up. They have to open up the Strait of Trump. He looked at the audience, pretended to catch himself. "I mean Hormuz. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Such a terrible mistake." The room laughed. Trump did not. Fake news will say he accidentally said, "No, there are no accidents with me. Not too many."
For 47 years, Iran has been known as the bully of the Middle East, but they are not the bully any longer. They're on the run. It's not finished yet. I'm not saying it's sort of finished, but it's not finished. It's got to be finished. And we have another 3,554 targets left, and that'll be done pretty quickly.
But Trump did not only come to Miami to joke. He came to deliver a war report. "It's not finished yet," he told the crowd. "It's sort of finished, but it's not finished. It's got to be finished." He said, U.S. forces have already hit roughly 10,000 targets. But there are still 3,554 more. "That'll be done pretty quickly," he said. He said the operation is 2 weeks ahead of schedule, that the war will be over soon. In Paris, Secretary of State Marco Rubio was making the same case to his G7 counterparts. The U.S. expects its military operations against Iran to conclude in a matter of weeks, not months, Rubio said. "We are on or ahead of schedule." Back in Miami, Trump turned on NATO. He named France, Germany, the United Kingdom, countries he asked to form a coalition to reopen Hormuz, and which, according to him, said, "This is not our war." "When these times come," Trump told the crowd, "you learn who your real friends are." Saudi Arabia was there. Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman he called a warrior and a great friend. The war is ahead of schedule. There are 3,554 targets left. The strait will reopen. That is what Trump said in Miami on Friday.
"We are on or ahead of schedule in that operation and expect to conclude it at the appropriate time here in a matter of weeks, not months."
While Trump spoke in Miami, Iran was still fighting. Iranian forces attacked Prince Sultan Air Base in Saudi Arabia. At least 10 U.S. service members were injured. A refueler tanker aircraft was damaged. No one was killed. The Israeli Air Force struck the heavy water plant in Arak, a nuclear facility Israel described as a key plutonium production site. Iran said there was no radiation leak. Iran blocked 2 Chinese ships from entering the Strait of Hormuz. Its parliament advanced a bill to formally codify sovereignty over the strait and to charge fees for passage. Iranian state media called this a sign of strength. The U.S. can confirm it has destroyed roughly 1/3 of Iran's missile arsenal, Another third may have been damaged or buried in tunnels. Their status is unclear. Witkoff, Trump's envoy, he said he was hopeful for meetings with Iran this week. That ships are passing, that there are clear red lines, no uranium enrichment, no 10,000 kilograms of enriched material. Iran said no direct talks, no negotiations. April 6th is the deadline. 12 more days.
And that's what the Democrats want. They want people to come into this country. They don't care who they are. If they murder people, they're fine with that. They don't care who they are. They want borders to be open. We have borders that are stone cold closed. 10 months now in a row, nobody came into the country. They want to do just the opposite. And this would have ruined the country. If I wasn't elected, we wouldn't have a country right now. So you can't do it. So I understand John Thune and I understand Mike Johnson. They want to be sure that people aren't coming into our country like they have for the last 4 years. I don't want to say they've ruined it. They made my job a lot harder, and now we have it good. We have crime down. We have everything down. But these are people, some of the worst people. Look at Chicago. 2 days ago, they shot this thug, this horrible human being, came in through the Biden open.
I saved the Middle East, Trump told the FII crowd. He said it without hesitation. To a room full of people whose countries are under fire, whose ports are disrupted, whose economies are contracting. And it was proven, he said, by all the rockets fired down upon you. Saudi Arabia has not joined the Abraham Accords. Trump said it is time. We hope all of the countries are going to be in the Abraham Accords, he said. He said NATO failed him. I think a tremendous mistake was when NATO just wasn't there. He suggested the U.S. may scale back its protection of European allies. Now, based on their actions, I guess we don't have to be. And he repeated the name, the Strait of Trump. The war is not finished. There are 3,554 targets left. April 6th approaches, and the President of the United States is in Miami, not telling investors he saved the world, as 10 American soldiers bleed in Saudi Arabia. They're not the bully any longer. They're on the run. Trump, Miami, 3,554 targets left. 2 weeks ahead of schedule. Strait of Trump. Is this war ending on Trump's terms, or is April 6th just another deadline? Yes, ending. Deal before April 6th / no escalating. The war goes on. Drop your vote in the comments. Subscribe to the Trump Brief-USA every single day.